From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, this is Hannah Mordo, and this is your News 8 Daily for Friday, May 9th. We have the Pacers, Racers, Friday night fireworks at the Vic, and Mother's Day this weekend. And guess what? The weather is going to cooperate. A little chilly to start the day, but expect bright sunshine, and the temps could get to the low 70s, high 60s today. Mother's Day weekend also going to be nice. We're going to see temps on Sunday close to 80 degrees. The new pope makes history. That's the moment 69-year-old Robert Prevost appeared for the first time as Pope Leo XIV, the first American-born pope to lead the Catholic Church. It happened yesterday at St. Peter's Basilica after a two-day conclave when the white smoke billowed from the Sistine Chapel, signifying that a new pope received a two-thirds majority. The historic pick comes as a surprise to many people in the church, some saying the idea of a U.S. pope had been seen as taboo. Leo led his first mass as pope this morning. He was born in Chicago and grew up in the suburbs, then spent most of his career ministering in Peru. Pope Francis elevated him to Cardinal in 2023. The news of an American pope brought a rare note of agreement from fierce political foes.
Big key is keep moving the church in the direction of being more ecumenical and reaching out.
To have the Pope from the United States of America, that's a great honor.
That, of course, was President Donald Trump and former President Joe Biden weighing in on Pope Leo. Former President George W. Bush is also sending his congratulations to the new pontiff. In a statement, he says this is a historic and hopeful moment for Catholics in America and for the faithful around the world. Former President Bill Clinton also celebrated the Pope's election in a post on X. He says, as the first American to lead the Catholic Church, his election marks a historic moment. I join in wishing His Holiness many blessings. People in Indianapolis are also sharing their excitement for the new pope. News 8's Farron Franzak has a reaction from a local Catholic school.
Let us pray. Let us sing Pater Noster.
Chicago, 1979. Pope John Paul II visited the city, and not just Catholics, but all Midwesterners gave him a warm welcome. In the crowd was a young priest, Father Robert Francis Prevost.
It's great, you know.
He born here in America in Chicago. He's from Chicago, and I'm really excited.
Just 3 hours south from the new pope's hometown, Hoosiers celebrated the big news.
We stopped everything and we're just cheering that we have an American pope. And that he chose Leo is excellent because I feel like we need a little lion right now in this time in our history.
Kids around the city immediately going to their TVs once their teachers told them there was white smoke.
I was so happy. They'll help them have another place.
I think he may teach a lot of other people to how to really be a good Catholic person, and I hope he really makes people want to believe in God and want to follow God.
Pope Leo XIV, a name some school kids just learned of studying Pope Leo XIII last week.
I just think it's the first American pope in history, so in 2,000 years of the church's history, it's the first American pope, so we're all thrilled. I can't wait to see what he does, and just keep praying for him every day.
Many around the city happy to learn the Pope speaks many languages.
He continued the Papa Francisco mission, for the people.
Across social media, people love the fact that he's from the Midwest, and the Chicago memes do not disappoint. Like this video with the new Pope walking out to the Chicago Bulls opening song.
I love Indiana, I love Chicago, and I'm just happy that we have an American Pope. It's the first time in the 2,000 long years of the history of our church, and I think it'll be fun to see what he does first. I'm hopeful that he's very traditional and very holy, of course, and very blessed for our church. I'm excited.
I'm just excited to see what he's going to bring to our community and the Catholic Church.
I'm Farron Franzak for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
The Archbishop of Indianapolis says he thinks the new pope will carry on the teachings of Pope Francis on social issues. Archbishop Charles Thompson says he expects Leo to be a peacemaker and bridge builder between the church and the rest of the world.
Choosing the name Pope Leo XIV, the last Pope Leo XIII, who died around 1903, was known as for Catholic social teaching. He was the one who really brought along our modern understanding of Catholic social teaching, focusing on rights of workers, rights for unions, just solidarity, some of the key Catholic social principles that we are guided by today. So I think it points to some of that.
Thompson says there will be a mass here to celebrate the new pope at a later date. One day out from the Grand Prix and 16 days away from the Indy 500, we have team coverage from the track. News 8's Colin Bailey will join us in a moment with his story on some souvenirs at the Speedway. First, though, News 8's Hernan Gutierrez went there this morning. Drivers are hitting the road course this weekend for the Sancio Grand Prix. But first, on Friday, there's practice and qualifying.
Gates are now open for Grand Prix weekend here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Here to tell us a little bit more about what to expect this weekend, we have IMS and IndyCar President Doug Boles. And Doug, just tell us that. What can people expect this weekend if they're coming out to the track?
Well, what I love is the Indy cars are back. We're getting ready for the month of May. We're 16 days away from the Indy 500. Just seeing people back inside the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. You know, you just said what means so much to me with the gates open. I'm really excited about hanging out with some fans and enjoying the day.
What are you looking forward to about this weekend?
Well, what I really look forward to is an opportunity for our fans and for us to see the IndyCar drivers, 27 of them that will be competing for those 33 spots that we'll have for the Indy 500. It's an extension of the NTT IndyCar Series, getting a chance to see those cars on our road course here, which is what most people see when they see Indy cars outside of this market. So for me, it's just continuing to educate fans here who just know us for the Indy 500 to realize that we race in a lot of different configurations.
Doug, thank you so much for your time this morning. Really appreciate it. The green flag drops at 4:30 tomorrow for the Grand Prix. Reporting from Indianapolis Motor Speedway, I'm Hernan Gutierrez for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
Our team coverage turns to merch. IMS is touting new shopping options. News 8's Colin Bailey got a sneak peek.
Yeah, well, this area that we're standing in is exclusive only to the shop right here, which is near the pagoda right here in the Midway. And also one thing that they noticed is to try to get a little more trendy with some of their designs. You can see that here and also here and on that wall. But leaders here say this is one of the better shopping experiences they've ever had at the track.
It's an elevated shopping experience that we feel is worthy of being at the racing capital of the world.
Holly Landfeld, the senior managing of consumer products for IMS, says the new IMS Trackside Merchandise flagship store is the best shopping experience they've ever had.
It's important for us to have an elevated shopping experience for our fans, for our customers. We've done that with the museum, the new museum store, but we wanted to bring that here infield for our fans that visit the Midway. It's important. We're the racing capital of the world, as I said, and it's important for us to really elevate that for our fans.
Landfield says there is something for everyone, from classic Wing and Wheels merchandise to something more trendy and hip. She says they even mix streetwear with racing.
We definitely, look at trends and what's popular, in fashion right now. We do some, shopping at local stores, Abercrombie, Urban Outfitters, to sort of see what is popular in the marketplace and try to replicate that as best we can.
Some of those pieces include hats, t-shirts, polos, and even some collector's items like racing helmets and more. But leaders at IMS say this elevated shopping experience is worth checking out.
For those fans that are maybe out, that don't normally, maybe out in turn 3 or turn 4, and they don't maybe normally come to the Midway, this might be a reason to come to the Midway this year. So if you can get on a tram or make the hike in, we think it's worth the walk.
And it's been cold this morning, so you can even find some gloves and some winter hats in here as well to keep you warm. But again, they're open 7:30 daily this weekend, and they'll be open through the month of May into the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500. But for now, here at IMS, I'm Colin Bailey for Wish TV and WishTV.com.
The Pacers are calling for a Gainbridge Fieldhouse gold out as the team tries to take another huge step forward in the NBA playoffs. Back-to-back thrillers on the road have Indiana up 2-0 on the Cavaliers. 2 home games now lie ahead tonight and Sunday. If they win both, they'll head to the Eastern Conference Finals. If you want to be a part of the fun, there's a pregame party in the plaza outside the Fieldhouse at 5:30 this evening. Game tips off at 7:30. And game is not yet sold out. We're checking prices and locations throughout the morning. Between those still available at the box office and resale offers, you can spend anywhere from $188 to $3,680. The most affordable ones are high in the corners of the upper deck. priciest are on the floor under the baskets. Sunday's game starts out a little cheaper, maybe because of Mother's Day, at $164. Highest price, though, is around $7,000. Now to some other news. The Union School Corporation in eastern Indiana is suing Governor Mike Braun over a provision in the new property tax law that would shut down the district. District draws students from Randolph and Henry counties, serving about 300 students in person and another 9,000 online. State lawmakers who called for the closure say poor test scores drove their decision. The law calls for a union to dissolve by 2027 in July. The lawsuit argues, though, that the measure is unconstitutional in several ways and will prevent it from doing basic operations as soon as this fall. Our team reached out to the governor's office and the State Department of Education for comment, and we are still waiting to hear back. A Brownsburg daycare employee accused of molesting children in his care is due in court today. Police say they plan to charge 22-year-old Gabriel Garner with more crimes. Investigators say the former Main Street University for Kids employee inappropriately touched a 5-year-old girl and asked the child to kiss him. Police say they also found pictures of him sexually exploiting children on his phone. A lawyer for the families of the victims say they want justice.
The families are feeling devastated, blindsided, angry, furious. What happened here is going to create scars on their children for life.
Police say the state shut down the daycare this week, and investigators are inundated with parents worried their child is a victim. Online records show Garner is due in court today at 1. Construction season is here and crews are getting to work. In Indianapolis, city leaders say $268 million in investments will hit the streets over the next few months. DPW says those include 132 miles of new asphalt, 15 miles of bike lanes, and more than 30 miles of additional trail systems. Now let's get to your business headlines. Jane King is at the New York Stock Exchange and starts with the trade deal between the U.S. and U.K.
It's the first of its kind since the tariffs were imposed in April. So the type will generally keep in place the 10% tariff against U.K. goods. It lowers the tariff, though, on some British-made cars from 25% to 10%. Now, in addition, an unnamed U.K. airline will buy $10 billion worth of Boeing planes, and American agriculture products will see expanded access to the U.K. market, especially beef, pork, and biofuels like ethanol. Well, the Environmental Protection Agency plans to eliminate Energy Star, the popular energy efficiency certification for dishwashers, refrigerators, dryers, other home appliances. This is according to agency documents and reported in the New York Times. Now, EPA managers announced during a meeting that they would, the divisions that oversee climate change as well as energy efficiency would be eliminated as part of a reorganization, and that includes the Climate Change Office and the division that oversees Energy Star. Now, for the past 33 years, Energy Star has been known for its blue label. It shows an appliance has met federal energy efficiency standards, but the EPA administrator, Lee Zeldin, says it's not essential to the core mission of the EPA, and it could be run by the private sector instead. Well, Amazon is allowing pet owners to access hundreds of commonly prescribed pet medicines through a partnership with VetSource. Prescriptions are dispensed and delivered by VetSource, but they are ordered through the Amazon storefront. Right now, it's just for dogs and cats. And Krispy Kreme pausing its nationwide rollout with McDonald's after sales slowed. Krispy Kreme shares have shed more than 70% of their value over the last year. And the two restaurant companies working together to try to boost demand and simplify their operations. Stocks were higher yesterday. Investors optimistic but cautious about trade deals. We're a little bit higher this morning as well as we look to the weekend and the trade talks that are expected to begin with China. Live from the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Jane King. Back to you.
A trio that cut their musical teeth in Indianapolis and reached music's highest honor is back in their adopted hometown this weekend. News 8's photojournalist Adele Reich brings us the story of Time for Three.
I already loved her after just a glance.
My name is Charles Yang, and I play violin.
My name is Nick Kendall, and I'm in Time for Three, and I'm a violinist.
My name is Renan Meyer, and I play the double bass.
The support, first of all, of the musicians on stage, the support of the stakeholders here and of the community to keep keep pushing us to come up with new ideas and to create new collaborations, things that may be predictable, but then things that may be unpredictable and sort of experimental.
Coming here, seeing one of the first shows was a happy hour show, and seeing a room filled, a hall filled with young people coming in with beers. They brought us beers on stage. It was awesome. I was like, what is my job right now? You know, this is great. Something like the ISO, partnering up with a band like Time for Three, bringing in the community of Indianapolis, how it could become such a unique and popular thing to do.
A lot of people that we've met along the way, and we're like, wow, you have a Grammy. They usually play it like way down. Like, oh, it's just a piece of metal, it's in my living room, it's no big deal. When we won the Grammy, those same people kind of changed their tone a little bit. And they said, you know, look, here's the cool thing about it. It's gonna open up a lot of opportunity for you guys, a lot of doors. From day one, Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra embraced everything that we're about and our evolution. And they said, come here and we're gonna give you a space so you can just imagine what it is you're gonna become. And that's one of the main reasons that we love coming back here so much.
Don't look down, I'm right beside you.
You can see Time for Three with the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra today and tomorrow. You can find ticket information by checking the story on wishtv.com. This has been your News 8 Daily from Wish TV. I'm Hannah Mordeau. Watch us on Wish TV and on wishtv.com.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast, a Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go, connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening, and be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.